Hello, happy Friday. There's 10 people in here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. No wine for me tonight, but I may have had a little wacky tobacco, but you can grab your weed and grab your wine and let's chat for a while. I do have Amazon Fresh coming. The window is between 6 and 8. So we got to figure that out. And then I told the Instagram fam that I would be over there tonight. So I'm just making sure. Oh, yeah, it is. Let me turn my phone off silent. So when the delivery person comes, I hear their text. How is everybody doing tonight? Let me know where you are coming in from, who you are. How was your week? Are you staying cool? Drop it in the chat. I want to hear how everybody is doing. It's been a crazy week. It's been a crazy week for me in a good way, but today was off the chain. So I was like, oh, I gotta talk to the fam. Hang on, let me just get this. Work-wise was amazing. I was hyper focused, diligent. I got a new project. I feel like I'm knocking it out of the park. Okay, that's off. But it's always one or the other for me. It's either like work is really doing well or life is doing really well. But it seems like a struggle for them all to be, what is the word? Not synchronous, whatever it is, in harmony. Let's say in harmony. It seems like it's a bit of a struggle. Okay, Michigan coming through. Hey, Timberly, how are you? Hey, Annette, I love being seen, girl. Australia, and it's morning. Okay. I am. Oh, you're 2 days past 5-day transfer, embryo transfer, number 11, girl. This is it. We're gonna name it and claim it, ma'am. Hey, Latundra. Hello, hello. Hey, Mei Ling. And was just cleared for transfer. Whoop, whoop. That's what's up. Hey, Sherelle. Orlando. Girl, what's the weather like in Orlando? Pretty cool week so far, baby. Oh, your birthday is tomorrow. Happy early birthday. And I start a new job Monday. Okay, new beginnings indeed, girl. Enjoy it all. New beginnings I'm here for. I'm a fan of. I don't know what's going on with my hair. I did that thumbnail and I was like, oh my God, I need to put on some lip gloss because my lips are kind of ashy. Don't come for me. And this, I don't know what's going on back here. My hair is like so flat. I gotta stop putting that color in there because when I put the color in and I don't twist it up at night or what do you call it? Make little bantu knots, it gets matted. So I feel like I'm losing hair in the back as far as like density. Like it's yeah. I mean, I'm older anyway, so my hair is thinning, but it's doing something. Long story short, I decided to spruce up after I did that thumbnail because I was like, girl, what is really going on? 95. Okay, that's not too bad. Hey, Sunshine, what's good? What's popping? Okay, everybody's here. I'm going to do the intro really fast, and then we're going to get into this. I want to talk to you guys about my FET, what's going on. And I want to do like a little emotional check-in, but I want to check in on you guys too. But I'm going to share like, oh wait, it's the wrong way. I'll try to make bangs, y'all. I want to hear how you guys are doing. So this is your warning. If you want to come on camera, get your wig, girl. Get your lipstick. Get ready. I'll drop the link. I would love to hear from you guys. All right, let's do this open, shall we? Let's see if I can do it.
What's up, fertility babe? Let's get these babies, ladies. To make those rainbows in my mind when I think of you.
All right, welcome. Thank you for coming to hang out with me tonight. I appreciate y'all. So, y'all have said where you are, where you coming from, how your week has been. Like I said, my work week has been great. I am ramping up for my next FET, and I don't even know where to start. Obviously, there's finances involved in it, right? So I've used up all of my insurance for my FETs. I actually used them up last year. For those of you who are new, I had 4 frozen embryo transfers last year with donor eggs. And then in 2018, I think it was. Oh my God, so long ago. I think it was 2018 going into 2019. I had a fresh embryo transfer, which they just call it ET as opposed to a FET. And I had a miscarriage. That was my little Applejack. That one was covered by insurance, that transfer. And the first transfer of last year was covered by insurance. So we get 2 retrievals, 2 transfers under my employer's insurance plan, fertility benefits, right? So the other 3 I paid for out of pocket. The price thing going up, sis. I guess everything went up. It used to be like 2,640 per cycle out of pocket. Now, mind you, when I say like the insurance is out, they do cover monitoring. They still cover the prescriptions, meaning like the blood work and the ultrasound is still covered. It's the actual putting the embryo into the uterus that's not covered, and any like charges associated therein. So like I said, it was 2,640 each time for the 3 times that I did it last year, right? The first one was covered. It's $2,890 this year. So anyway, it is what it is. I was trying to send my payment over because you have to send it over. Technically, you're supposed to send it over 2 weeks before you start a cycle. But I was, when I was doing those back-to-backs, I was like, that's bullshit because I don't know 2 weeks in advance that I'm going to be doing a new cycle. I'm still waiting for my beta. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like that's like some emotional fuckery. But anyway, don't get me started. So I sent it over only to and I sent it at 3 a.m. because today was payday and I wanted to take it out of my cash reserves, right? Like my real money, not credit card, blah, blah, blah. So, or not trying to cash out stocks because that's the thing. The stock market is so wonky right now. I would be losing money to do that, even though it's my money because I bought it at a higher price than what it's selling for, if that makes sense. So I'm like I said, I'm trying to do all cash. So I was like 3:30 in the morning. I emailed the cover sheet over and the credit card authorization form and the self-pay form for the FET. I'm like, as soon as it opens up, she's going to be able to process this. Baby, why did I get up at 9 o'clock and check my email? And she was like, your bank is declining the charge, so you need to contact them. So I was like, what kind of foolishness is this? Now, mind you, it's through the credit union. I have a credit card and I have a loan out through my credit union. Don't get me started. Well, you guys know, because the $20,000 that I used for the donor, that came off that credit card. So one of them happens to have a late payment. Don't judge me. It is what it is. The financial struggle is real for me this year. It's a good wake-up call, though. But anyway, so I'm like, well, did they decline it because they want their money on this first? Or, the credit union makes up their own stuff. So then I'm trying to call them. It's a fast busy all morning. I don't get through to the credit union until 2 o'clock. No, 1:45. And when I tell you I was on the phone for 2 hours and 45 minutes, I had to take a screenshot because I was like, nobody's going to. And I took it. I'm going to show you guys. I took it during the call, so it wasn't completely over. But do you see the AFCU is Actors Federal Credit Union? You see that? 2 hours, 39 minutes, 46 seconds. And they still hadn't answered yet. But I was like, I don't know if it's going to show it when they hang up, so I want to call. Anyway, long story short, because it's a debit Visa card, there's a restriction on it. So it's maximum $2,500 in a 24-hour period. So I got through finally. It was 4 something. And then the guy was like, oh, I called and left you a message. I was like, no, you didn't, because I've been on hold. But I don't know if I didn't hear it because in all transparency, I went to acupuncture and I was still on hold, and it tells you how many minutes you have left. So I just took the phone off, set it in the chair while I had acupuncture. So he could have called while I was there. But I was it kept saying it was, what was it 160 minutes and da-da-da-da. Then I'm asking Google hey, how many hours is that? And Google's 2.5. So anyway, so I wasn't surprised that I was going to be on there 2.5. Was I happy about it? No. Is it a work day? Yes. So anyway, he said he would clear it, but only until 8 p.m. Pacific time. Or no, sorry, 5 p.m. Pacific time. So 8 p.m. New York time, Eastern time. But it's Friday. And so New York, I don't know if I don't remember having this when I was in California, but New York, you can count on a good old Friday work schedule, like summer Friday in the summer, which you usually leave around 2, and you can count on a good old Sunday brunch. Like those are New York staples. So, of course, Nicole, the financial coordinator, was already gone. So I'm asking him, can you extend it? He won't extend it until the weekend, like for the full weekend, because it's a fraud risk, right? Because obviously, if you lose your debit card and somebody runs that up, the bank will reimburse you. So they're trying to like minimize their exposure. I get it. So after I confirmed, because then I called the main office and they Columbia is already closed. I sent him another note asking, can you just open a new window on Monday from 9 a.m. to noon my time, so that it can all be sorted out. Because apparently the credit union is shorthanded, which is why there was a fast busy in the morning, because there's nobody in the New York office. The New York office is moving, but I don't know why there's no one there. I don't know if it's like a employment issue. People are calling out. So I had to wait for the California people to come in to start answering the phone. So I'm like, can you just do it? So I'm going to follow up with him because he's there until 8. Well, I sent him a note. He's pretty good on the notes inside of like the app of the credit union. But yeah, so that was the situation there. It'll be worked out, but it's just like one of those things. Like my anxiety is already bad about this whole situation. I mean, it's better, but you know what I mean? Like I just want it to run smoothly. I just need it to run smoothly. You know how you have like those cycles where you're like, and another one and another one. I don't want it to start out like that. Today is my last day of taking the 6 omegas. Thank God, because yuck. I go down to 4 tomorrow. No, I'm lying. I go down to 4 on Sunday. Yeah, I go down to 4 on Sunday. So I had to do 2 weeks of the 6 omega pills a day to prep for it. I've been taking my Plaquenil, and I think because I'm nervous about my own period start time. I think I'm going to do a progesterone tablet like tonight. I'm going to do a day and night progesterone until this payment is cleared, because God forbid, like I start my period and the finance isn't clear, and then I'm like shit out of luck until the next month. So I think I'm going to do that. So the payment part is cleared, and then, you stop the progesterone, and like 2-3 days later, the period starts. So that is what's going on there. I'm hoping, because I kind of dodge. I don't know about you guys. I have bad anxiety. So when my anxiety is bad, I just like put my head in the sand. So the last note I had to Dr. McConnell was in May. And then like everything kind of blew up on me. So I'd never responded back. So I did send her one last week and like earlier this week. Apologies. I'm sorry I've been MIA, but I'm ready to start a cycle. I'm working on my financial clearance, yada, yada, yada. So hopefully, because you guys who've been here a minute know that she's supposed to be the hands-on person doing my transfer. So obviously that impacts her life as like far as vacation and everything else. So I do feel bad, but the mind is a terrible thing to waste. So hopefully in August, she's not going on vacation. Even if she is, it's my bad. You know what I mean? So it's not like I can be mad at them and hold them to it and be like, you promised me. So it is what it is. But as far as like the medication, all that, I'm feeling good. I went to the acupuncturist today, but it's not Clara. It's not Dr. Clara, my regular acupuncturist, mainly because, again, I'm super like mindful of how much money I'm spending and where I'm spending. The acupuncture that I went to today, it's not free. I hate when people say free. Like, y'all know nothing is really free. Somebody pay for it. It's included in my benefits, right? Meaning I don't have to pay out of pocket for it. Like when I go to Clara, she's considered out of network. So I pay her and then I submit an out of network claim. And I think they reimburse like 60%. It might be 80%. I don't remember. And then I get that money back, right? But that's money I'm spending. So I'm trying to be very mindful of like how much I'm spending, like cash out the door. So the one I went to today, no cash out the door on, not in addition to my regular, like my monthly health benefit payments, like oh my God, what am I trying to say? The deductions, the check deductions. You guys know what I mean, right? It's not sounding right when it's coming out, but the deductions they take out of your check for like your benefits, your 401k, it's just called deductions, right? I can't think right. Anyway, so there's no money out of pocket on top of that. Let me just say it that way. But I have been feeling better. I've been getting more sleep. I've been doing, instead of coffee, I have been doing, you can't see what's in there. I've been doing matcha lattes. I love it. I even take a whisk to work now. Like they were like, you're so extra. But listen, I can make this right at work. I already have the matcha. Well, I took one to work. I took a little bottle of monk fruit and I took the frother because they have almond milk there. So I just like put it in the microwave and froth it up so it's like nice and foamy. Because otherwise, I'm running down to Dunkin' spending like $7 to $9 for a matcha latte. So listen, honey, I'm making it right in the kitchen at work, and the people are like, oh, "You're so extra," and I'm like, "Girl, I've been extra. Like, listen." That's not new. So yeah, I've been doing that. So I haven't had any coffee. Obviously, I know the green tea has caffeine in it, but for some reason, whatever, I can't remember. Is it L-theanine? One of you guys know. I think it's L-theanine that's also in the matcha. It's like calming for me, but not sleepy, because I still have a lot of running around to do at work. I need to be high energy. Like I can't be medicated, you know? So I don't know. It just feels good. And I only do like maybe one, two, maybe three, because I'm having another one now, but a day. But I just find it to be like soothing and calming. I haven't had any alcohol for 2 weeks. I haven't had any cigarettes, which is good. So I found some Chantix in my drawer, which I actually ended up not needing them because I finally was just like, the cigarettes were tasting nasty, but I was still doing it. So I was like, this is a peer. So like, stop it. Have I been munching more? Maybe, but I've been munching food that I made. I made salmon the other night. I did salmon, cauliflower. What was the other thing we made with it, girls? Oh, a baked potato. It was all like the cauliflower and the baked potato were like white on my plate, but it's okay. And I've got groceries coming tonight. I got like spinach. I got eggs. Oh, yeah, I made French toast. I made some French toast. I got this brioche bread. I made myself some French toast, and I got the turkey sausage. Actually, I'm lying. I think it's pork sausage. I think it is. But the ones that come in the roll that you slice yourself, like it's not pre-cooked, I had that. The girls had a little one. So I've been taking good care of myself. So I feel like going into the cycle, I'm in a good place. The only thing is, I'm going to be honest with you guys, and people probably will be like, oh, keep trying. And I think in my heart, this is going to be my last cycle. I don't think emotionally, financially, and I'm getting choked up thinking about it, I don't think it makes sense to continue beyond that. And I know everybody's like, oh, just one more chance. The thing is, with IVF, there is no guarantee, right? There's no such thing as 100% success rate for IVF. And the percentage doesn't increase the more times you do it, obviously. And so I just like, for my own sanity, I think it's like, if this one isn't it, so we just gonna, all the energy we have, ladies, please pray, send good vibes that this next one is the one. Because otherwise I don't know that it makes sense. Like I'm about to pay for my storage fees for my embryos, which is like $1,200. You know, and so I thought about that. Well, I have them for another year. Should I keep doing it? But at almost $3,000 a pop, does that make sense in this economy? You know what I mean? Like I have to think about myself and long term. And I know some people are like, well, you would be spending that if you had a baby. Yeah, but that's different. You know, it's different. I don't know. I mean, I know a lot of ladies, a lot of you guys have been on here for a while and you're like, I'm not going to stop till I have a baby. And I very much felt that way in the beginning, but I think I have to be financially responsible. I'm like a single person and I don't know what's going on with my make-believe bangs. And my heart can only take so much, if I'm honest, outside of like the money part of it. My heart is tired. And I don't want to just be like, oh, I'm going to have a baby for the internet because the internet wants me to. Like, that doesn't make sense for me. You know what I mean? Like, it's got to be for me. It's got to make sense for me. And I just feel like, you know, and listen, maybe I will feel different after if this isn't successful. Maybe I was like, oh, it was so close. We got the magic formula. But at this point, what haven't I tried? I feel like everything but the kitchen sink is in there, especially now bringing in the immunologist. And let me say, because I know some people are like, oh, well, you didn't try everything. I've tried everything within reason. Like, I'm not just going to be doing random stuff like eating African yams or whatever. Like, within medical reason, I've tried everything that makes sense for me medically. Let me say it like that, because I know some of y'all will be like, girl. So those are my thoughts. I'm going to check out some of these chats. I'm going to put a link in the chat in case anybody is like, wants to share how they keep going on the journey, or when they knew it was time to stop, or if they're at an impasse. I'm going to say hi to everybody. Hey, Elaine. Premium. Thank you. Oh my God. That was it. They deduct the premium from you. The part that the employee has to pay. Oh my God. I'm with USAA. As hey L Davis, are you employed by USAA? What is USAA? Or is that USAA? Insurance banking. Oh, credit union. Okay. Oh, so are you military based? I tried to get in there. My dad was former military, but I couldn't find like all his social security, and my stepdad too. But like my sister, he's not my biological, but my biological dad was, and I was like, because I hear they have good rates. Don't get me started. But anyway, yeah. All right. Mei Ling, I'm a Navy Federal, and they take forever to answer to. Yes, the credit union has its ups and downs. I'm not trying to shade the credit union. Like my interest rates are ridiculously low. I feel like having that. I've been with that credit union almost 14 years now. Having that relationship. Who is texting me? I'm on a live. Oh wait, this is the work phone. This is how I know this has been popping. Hang on, guys. This is butter. Oh my God. This chart does not depict the most recent information I gave Tanika that we reviewed a bunch of times. Last info I sent was. Oh my God. What is happening? You know what? They're arguing over one. I'm just going to put it's one number off. Sorry, guys. You know, they even try to throw a girl over the bus. This does not reflect what I gave Tanika multiple times. It sure doesn't, because I had to, what do we name the other one? Was it Princess? I can't remember. Butter's Boss. I had to scrub it for her so it's presented differently. Like, that's the thing. People are like, well, what? Anyway, let me get back to these. Okay. Yeah, the credit union is good. It's just like it's a smaller group. I mean, they have less overhead. That's how they can help you save. And you have shares, like you are a part of you're a part of the organization. Thank you, Anne. I hope I can. Anastasia from Toronto. Hey, Toronto. I worked in Toronto for like 4 weeks on a project I was working for Fujitsu, but I was there at the Thomson Reuters office, their bureau, for doing a hardware refresh, girl, back in the day. That was like 2009, I think. That was the first time I got my passport, so I could go to Toronto. Thank you, Anne. Oh, 95. Okay. I think it might be 80 something here in New York. I'm glad you caught this live too, Anne. Michigan. Okay. I've been to Detroit, the airport. I've not been like outside of the airport in Michigan. Hey Timberly. Hey Annette. Oh wait, I'm going backwards. I did those. I said hey to you, Annette, twice, but that's okay. L. Davis, Elaine, Laura. I know, very frustrating. USSA or USAA. Yes. It's so what are you doing, Elaine, to deal with the anxiety? Because I feel like I realize today I'm getting myself worked up. Like I'm psyching myself out because I'm already going in saying this is the last one, whether it works or not. And so every little thing that's happening, I'm like, is that a sign? Is that a sign? Oh my God, I can't deal with this. Mainly because it's just annoying, you know. But we're gonna get through it. We're gonna get through it. I took expired birth control for the past month for this transfer. Why expired? Where is my hair doing? What do you mean? Like to help your nerves? Tell me, girl. I don't understand. Oh, maybe to delay your period. Was it helping delay your period? I didn't I mean, I guess if it's expired, it will still work ultimately, right? I have so much medication in a box under my bed. Like and I could get refills now if I wanted to. Somebody was like, "Oh, you should sell them." I'm like, "Girl, I'm not going to be on losing my job and behind selling drugs on the internet." But yeah, so I had the progesterone, and I don't know. I'm pretty sure I have estrogen. I was trying to think. I might have had Femera, but I think it expired. I threw it away. But yeah. Your heart says this is the one. I hope so. Thank you, Laura. Yes, this is what I have to focus on, honestly, right? Giving it up to God. Like I'm not in control. I need to just like relax, relate, release. That's really the part I'm struggling with. So maybe this is happening now so that I can talk myself down and just say like all I can control is my reactions to my response to everything that's happening. Not everything is in my control, which is hard because I'm a control freak. Aisha, hey girl. Um, yes, I'm going to do with that. You bank with Actors Federal? Oh no, you must be USAA or the Navy folks. They have good rates. If you guys ever go, I used to a lot. I check in every now and then, but there's this website called creditboards.com, and they tell you like all the ins and outs of like which there's like charts of like which credit unions have like the best interest rate, what the qualifying thing is, and like some of them are out of state, like DCU, which I'm also a member of, the Digital Credit Union. I can't remember but anyway, on the credit boards it explains like how you can join them even if you're not in that state, because I feel like DCU is in Massachusetts or something like that. But like in different percentage rates on things like if you're going to get a certificate of deposit or car loans, credit cards. Like I feel like the credit union, and it's a little, at least for me, a little less intimidating. I mean, I used to work at a bank. I'm a former compliance auditor, so I'm not that intimidated by the bank. But as far as like, I don't want to say like red tape. I guess it's the difference between like if you work in a small office versus if you work in corporate America. Like I try to explain that whenever I'm onboarding vendors, like this is a very big ship that you're trying to climb on. It moves slowly versus if you're in a smaller office, like a smaller business, single owner type of situation, you can get things done faster just because you don't have all these systems to go through. So I feel like it's the same with the credit union versus the bigger banks. Like there's a lot of systems, which the larger banks are prone to more fraud, right? Let's be fair. And I feel like the never do wells are more likely to target the larger banks, or there's more exposure. So they have to have those barriers in place. Like that was my job, is to not identify what had gone wrong, but what could go wrong. What were the potential risks? And so and then developing processes around that to prevent it. I feel like there's probably less risk with the credit union. One, because you have to be a member to be in there, like to even apply for it. But also, it's a smaller, more diligent group. Hopefully, I'm explaining that right. I'm not trying to make it like the credit union is wonky in any way. They definitely do their due diligence. It just moves faster and it's a closer relationship than, I guess if you're balling out of control and you're at a big bank and you have like your own personal rep, which, some people do, that makes it easier. But like when I call the credit union, I know the people by name, they know me by name. I see them, we recognize each other. I send them stuff for Christmas, not since the pandemic, but it's that type of vibe. Tell me about it. Someone recommended raw meat to me the other day because it worked for hiding my tongue. I was like, I've gone as far as I want at this time, but thanks. Yeah, I mean, listen, I this is the thing, Laura, too, because I know people mean well. I do. I try to give them grace because I know they are coming from a place of meaning well. Fine, no issue there. But make the suggestion, and then if I say no, leave it alone. You know what I mean? Like, or even if I don't even know if you keep making the suggestion, like, hey, y'all know I'm still working on opening up my throat chakra. How would you say that to someone in a non-offensive way? I don't know how you do that. How you tell somebody about Heidi Montag and then tell them to eat raw meat. I don't know. It's like the same stories where they tell you, oh, once you relax, I know so and so, and they were going through all these treatments, and as soon as they took a break, they got pregnant, which it may have happened. But it's probably few and far in between. And obviously, how would that work out for me? Like I'm shipping sperm to my house, like make it make sense. So yeah. Hey, Andrea. But I have some people who keep trying to talk me into it of like, well, just keep going one more year. But that's what I'm like, well, who is paying for this? This for one more year. Who is paying for it at $3,000 a pop? Because then I might be willing to, do something strange for a little piece of change. But also, and I don't want to be extra dramatic. Maybe it's just me. You guys, if anybody's had multiple losses, you let me know if this holds true for you. In my experience, each loss has become more difficult than the prior loss. It doesn't get easier, and going into it, and that's why I'm trying to work on my anxiety right now. Going into it, I already have more anxiety because I know that a loss is possible. Where I feel like the first time I was kind of naive, in that way, like you only lose your innocence once. And so when it happens again and you were already worried it was going to happen again, like for me, it's just been more crippling. So the thought of having multiple losses again it's a scary thought for me. It's a scary thought for me. Hey, Jennifer. You didn't realize this was the live, girl. What you thought? We was already on here for a while? Oh, you thought it was the replay? Good shout out though. Hello to the replay crew when you join. Put a little blue heart in the comments so I know that you watched on the replay crew. I like seeing that. Yeah. And thank you for coming along to watch. I know sometimes they get long and then it's just like, I don't want to watch the whole replay. But when you're in the live, it's like, okay, I want to be here. But I do definitely appreciate the replay crew. Carrie from Florida. And I will tell you too, Laura, because you're speaking of eating raw meat. I had a friend who was like, and I probably already said this, you need to stop eating any meat at all. You need to be totally vegetarian and that'll get you pregnant. Meanwhile, all the data says you have more fertility issues or infertility issues, however you choose to phrase it, when you are 100% vegan. So I thought, people, and also if it's just a casual acquaintance, like somebody who probably saw that in People magazine about Heidi eating raw meat, they haven't done any research. They don't know to do research. They don't know to look at studies. If there was a study, was it a double blind study? So it's almost like we have to be careful. And I'm not trying to make anybody like paranoid, but like be careful who you move with because they don't all have the right information, even if they mean well. Even I'm not saying they're out to like sabotage or they could mean well. But then they're gonna have an attitude that you didn't eat the meat or you didn't eat the yams, or that you didn't go vegetarian or whatever it is. Let us have agency over our bodies. Where are you in Florida, Carrie? There's a couple people here from Florida. I know I definitely saw Orlando. I think I saw Tampa Bay. Yes. Oh, wait, what happened to Sunshine? I missed it. Okay, I'm going to go back. I'm going to come back to you, Anne. Sunshine, I'm finally pregnant from FET number 5. I had 2 losses before this rainbow baby. I understand the mental toll. Yes. Congratulations, Sunshine. Whoop, whoop. I love that. Yeah, this will be number 5 for me. So maybe this will be the one, girl. Sprinkle some of that baby dust over here. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you, V. Ortega. Okay, let's get back to Anne. Completely agree with you. I'm scared it won't work, but I'm also scared it will, and I will have another loss. Anxiety is higher each time. Yeah. That's been my experience. It's it's not a good time. I do know this time I want to ask for the Valium again, which I had that the 4th transfer, but not the other ones, which means you have to have a chaperone. Hopefully Cheyenne will come along with me. I definitely want to have that. I'm trying to stay relaxed, but then it's days like today that I have no control over it. But again, I have control over how I respond. So my goal now is to not keep living it over and over again this week. I'm telling you guys, I'm probably going to tell it again on Instagram Live, but then that'll be it. Because when it ruminates, it does something different to the body and mind. You know what I mean? So I just need to like let it go. Let it go. Looks like another love TKO. I ain't hit a note, but you know what I meant. So yeah, I didn't look at the label on the birth control. Oh, okay, I got you. Oh, I see what you're saying. I was like trying to figure out the chemistry. Yeah, girl. This hair is bothering me now. I don't know why. I don't know what. I tried to make bangs, but baby, And by try to make bangs, I mean I took the hair that goes here and clipped it back there. So clearly I didn't try that hard, but I don't want to cut it because when my hair is curly, then it looks wonky when, you know, um it's like people just regurgitate what they see or read without any kind of research into it. Also, a lot of people just don't know what to say and feel the need to fill the space. Baby Laura, you know you didn't say a mouthful, sis, because that is my pet peeve. My mama said a long time ago, it's okay to say nothing, it's okay to be quiet, and I'm a firm believer of that. So I probably believe it more than she does at this point. I don't know if it's to make them feel better, because and I now that you guys have been encouraging me just to say what I'm feeling to people, I'm gonna start telling people, let's just sit in a moment of silence. I don't have to hear anything else, because what you're saying can be more hurtful than the silence. You know what I mean? Just try again, or everything happens for a reason. Well, what's the reason, sis? How is that helping me? Um, God decided, or but all of those things that for me diminish my experience, diminish what I'm feeling, because it sounds like and feels like we're trying to hurry these emotions along. Oh, brush it off, brush it off. Oh, there was a plan. It happened for a reason. You know what I mean? Like, let's get on to the next thing. We need our time to grieve. It's okay to grieve. And if you don't want to sit and grieve with me, then, move it along. But check on me. Make sure I haven't jumped off the balcony. But yeah, sometimes they just fill the space with stuff, or they don't know what, which is why I'm a fan of the question, how can I support you? What can I do to support you? And sometimes we might be just like, sit in silence with me. But I'm already an odd bunny because I am an introvert. Outside of all the stuff that's going on, I am perfectly content to sit by a friend and be quiet. I do not feel the need to like fill every moment with words. Sometimes I just enjoy the company of the person. Not to say we're not going to say anything, but we're not rushing from like one topic to another. We're not interrogating each other for the 11 o'clock news. You know what I mean? So I already have that like sort of tendency of like, I can be quiet. So then when people nervously add extra stuff, like to scurry it along, it is just an annoyance. Like, let me say I feel sad about something, and then we can just sit there in that silence for a minute. Like, we don't have to rush on to the let's get over it phrase next, or explanation of why it happened. Like, I'm not asking why it happened. I mean, when my brother was killed, I did ask why. But and in death, people say the strangest things too. Oh, they're in a better place. Well, I want them in this place. Yeah. I also think sometimes people don't realize like there is a loss or there is a grieving period. You know what I mean? Like, whether it's a baby that was attached or not attached, I feel like after the IVF, it's a baby. You put an embryo in you, right? But at however you define your loss, I'm not going to define it for you. I just encourage you to give yourself grace if you're trying to limit how it's defined. Because I've heard some ladies minimize it. Oh, it wasn't really. And if it works for them, it works for them. But I mean, it was a baby. You lost a baby. It's okay to say that. Now I didn't talk so long, I forgot what I was going to say. Multiple losses. We do need to grieve those. We just need to have a moment. And sometimes we need to say that we're sad and like have the people who love us tell us it's okay to be sad, or say nothing. But definitely not invalidate our experience. Oh, I like this, Angie. Hey girl, I don't even know if I said hi to you. I have found it helpful to be clear and let them know what they are saying. It's a trigger for me, and I excuse myself from the conversation. I'm getting there, Angie. I did have a conversation with someone about, like, they asked me about and I was like, I do not have the emotional bandwidth to talk about it right now. And then we moved on and it was fine. The people pleaser in me is like more prone to just answer it and then be mad at myself later. You know what I mean? Like grumble to myself about why did I do that? But I'm getting better. So it sounds like this is working for you, and I like that. I think that that's a good thing. Say it and move on. Right? And it's not like we're mad at them. We're not angry. It's just where we are emotionally. It's triggering. I hate when people say God did it for Sarah. I'm not waiting until 90 to have a baby. I know that's right. Oh my God. Uh-oh. Justice is agreeing with you. I'm gonna get these fake bangs out the way. Let me try one more time. I was trying to cover up my 5 head, but the hair is so thin. Um, oh God, the dog. Okay, Justice, you don't need to know that dog. That dog don't need to know you, child. One more day of birth control left for me before my first cycle. Woo! The first one, oh Heather, we are sending you so much luck, and I'm praying this one is the only one you need. I know you have all the feels. My first one, I was so excited, so nervous, so all the things. Oh my God. So yay for Heather. Countdown, yes. The worst is being told. Just settle for being an auntie. Oh my God. Yeah, well, people have said that, and they've also told me, oh, well, you'll be a grandmother soon. Like, how is that helpful? Like, it's not. And actually, when people have said that, I know for sure they were taking shots. But people thought they were being clever. Or when people were like, oh, you can have one of mine. That's not funny, guys. That's not funny. Like, haha, ha, nah. So, yeah. Everybody's sending congratulations to Sunshine, as they should. The doctor has me on birth control protocol for this transfer. I made the mistake and took the expired birth control. My anxiety. Oh, shit. Now I'm with you. Oh, my God. Can you call the pharmacist and ask if the potency, we're going to just call it positive. It worked. Nothing is wrong. Sometimes those expiry dates, I just feel like they're early. Like, I mean, they're obviously there for a reason, but the potency may not be significant enough, especially because you're not trying to prevent pregnancy, right? You're taking it for the hormonal benefits only. So I think the potency is closely tied to those who are trying to prevent pregnancy. I never had a birth control protocol. Do you take the whole, like the estrogen and the progesterone, like the whole cycle of the birth control? So a month before? Yeah, the ones that I've read about when women have had birth controls, like they were at a clinic where they wanted everybody to cycle together. So like they basically used the birth control to take over their cycle. But I've also seen in some of the chats where the doctors are not cycling them all together, but they wanted them on the birth control for the hormones. So, which is similar, like I guess when I took estrogen in my, I don't know if it's similar. Let me not say that because I don't exactly remember which phase of the birth control you're taking, the progesterone versus the estrogen. But when they were trying to get my FSH down so that I would have a higher response, I was taking estrogen after I ovulated. So in the luteal phase, so that everything would sort of relax and my body wouldn't start trying to create follicles / eggs early so that it wouldn't, like my FSH wouldn't be so high. So I think sometimes for similar reasons, patients are given birth control. I don't have any personal experience. So if you are listening to this and don't follow this advice, this is not advice. This is just my rambling. Okay. Hey Neo Soul Rider, what's popping? What's good? On this journey, ladies, feel what you feel and how you feel it. Absolutely. So you know what, Neo Soul Writer? I feel that, I mean, no pun intended, this part of the journey there, that was a purpose for me, because before I would have shoved my feelings down and like moved on, because that's how I was raised, you know, like that sort of cliche, be tough, getting thumped on the head. And so I'll give you something to cry for, meaning the reason why you're crying right now is nothing. So through this process, I have learned to express myself, not just in this specific fertility world, which has been great, but also in my personal life, right? Like in my individual interpersonal relationships. I've found my voice, or I'm finding my voice. Let me say it right. I'm finding my voice. That I don't think I would have had without being on this journey. So, because I try to live a life with no regrets. So I'm looking at what benefits came from this, even if I don't have a child, if I don't have a child yet, or if I don't have a child ever from this process. And so I think that's been one of the benefits. And just like connecting with women and talking about our emotions openly. I had not done that before. So, yeah. And just having like a sisterhood. I know it got kind of blown up last year, but there are still, I mean, some of y'all, we sisters. And so I know we had that outside energy, um, but just really bonding together and sharing information. Like, I think sharing information is so important. I didn't really have that like outside of my family life whenever I was in corporate America. Like, not now, but earlier in my career, I always felt like the women were pitted against each other, and even more so the black women were pitted against each other, but women wanting to be like it was a zero sum game, only one could be on top. And so I feel like in this community we do share information, and even like, what did your doctor say about this, or what did your, or like, how are you feeling about this, or just sharing your experience, seeing people's different birthing experiences, because where else would you get that information? I think that's beautiful about the internet, you know what I mean? Like, a long time ago they were in a village, it was like the three women you knew who were of childbearing age, and they probably didn't talk about it. I mean, I did not talk about it growing up. I'm talking about it now because of you ladies and me being on this journey, but I didn't talk about it growing up. So are they even sitting around? You know what I mean? Like, so this is powerful what we have, like the ability that we get to connect like this and share information and just be real and open. I think we should protect that, you know, in spite of all the other shenanigans going on. I think we should protect that. That's like something valuable. So that weed is kicking in right now too. Um, The doctor has me on birth control protocol for this transfer. Okay, I got that one. Sorry. I'm behind. I took all the white pills. That's what the doctor had me on with the birth control. Okay, I'm gonna write it down. I gotta look it up. The white pills. Yeah. Thank you, L. Davis. Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. I've been watching a lot of the IVF ladies that I started with. Now I'm gonna forget their names. Rachel. I gotta look up Rachel and one of them just had a baby. She actually had a loss in the very beginning, and that broke my heart. Like, she had to birth a baby that was not breathing. Um, what do they call them? Sleeping. Let me hang on. I can't see you guys right now. I'm just trying to look at my history because I watched one of her videos earlier. So I get her name right. Oh my god, apparently the TV also watched me while I was asleep. Good lord. I cannot find it. I watch YouTube all day, y'all. Um, I feel like her name is Rachel, though. That sucks. I can't find it. There's a couple of couples, and they struggled, and they finally had. But this one that I'm thinking of, her oldest daughter has bright red hair, super cute, and then she has twin boys. And I don't know what this baby is. I feel like I want to say boy, but that may not be right. And then there's the other one with the really dark eyebrows. They finally got pregnant and they were like, I felt bad for them. People used to come for them and like tell them not to use this test or that test after like she clearly said her doctor told her to take that test. But they finally had a baby. And then there was another one, they were struggling for their second one. And then Kelsey, who was struggling for a while, like we were ramping up at the same time, and she did the everything but the kitchen sink protocol, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna be pregnant and blah blah blah, and it didn't happen. Yeah, so it's interesting. I don't know, this sounds like crazy, but I like to see people who haven't been successful yet, who are still trying, because I feel like I relate most of that. And then I also like to see people who struggle for a long time and then finally got it. Like, I'm just going to be 100% transparent. There was a young lady I found because I did TTC, right? Search. And she had had one child already. And then when I came in, she was doing IVF to have the second child. And this is gonna sound so shady. I'm gonna just be honest. I'm just gonna be honest with how I felt, and if it's wrong, it's wrong. Um, this sounds horrible. One, it felt like they were doing the IUI more because of her husband's travel schedule than because of fertility. But she never outright said that. It was implied. But she got pregnant on the first IUI. And then also, when she was going in to start her protocol, she brought her current child with her to the clinic and then was upset that they asked her to leave and come back without the child. I don't know why I'm laughing. It's evil. But I was just thinking, like, the entitlement, the privilege. Why would you bring your child just randomly into a waiting room with a bunch of women who are trying to have, maybe it's me. I don't know if I told you guys this. When my GP was going out on maternity leave, I saw her once and I thought she was pregnant, but she didn't say anything. And I remember I broke out in tears twice while I was in that meeting. And then I saw her again right before she was about to go out on leave. And I was like, I just felt so petty. I didn't dislike her as a person. I just was like, it was so upsetting to me. I don't know what is wrong with me. Maybe because I knew her. Because, like, I don't get upset if I see someone walking down the street that I don't know. Um, yeah, I don't know. And that's the other thing. It feels disjointed because she obviously knows I'm going through IVF. So when I see her, she'll ask me about it. How's the cycle going? So she obviously knows I'm trying, right? She never shared that she was also trying, which, why would she? I'm not her doctor. But then it made me feel even more vulnerable. Like, not only do you know I'm trying, you know it's not working, and now you're pregnant. You know what I mean? Um, More than just like a casual acquaintance would know. So it was rough for me. So anyway, long story short, I'm very picky about like the channels that I watch. Not that I don't feel they're part of the sisterhood or whatever or any of that. It's just some of it I'm just like, it sounds horrible because like I'm comparing grief. I'm not saying my grief is deeper than theirs or that theirs is wrong. What I'm saying is I don't relate to it at this moment in time. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Even like, let me take it a step back so it doesn't sound so petty. Even there are times where someone has finally gotten pregnant. I cannot watch the pregnancy updates. And so I'm always like excited when people will say, I'm going to put my updates on another channel. I'm creating a new channel, blah. And I'm like, great. And then there are some, like, I like to watch it in the very, very beginning. Like there's a little bump. But just that big, juicy 9-month about to pop up. Oh my God, no. I cannot watch those updates. It's just like, there's a fully formed baby in there that belongs to you that is waiting to come out. And I don't have one. It's petty, I know. It's hard. It's a crazy journey. And I don't know that that'll ever go away. Like once I walk away and say like, okay, I'm done, is that how is that gone from my mind? Yes, it does feel like family. All of these, my doctor has me stopping before the white pills on Saturday, and my period is supposed to start a few days later. Okay. So maybe progesterone? I don't want to speculate though. I have to look it up. Huge source of inspiration, support for so many. Thank you. So many people in there who have felt alone. Thank you. So, thank you. I appreciate that, Anne. Oh my God. It's you guys give as good as you get though. I swear. It's like I feel like we make a good team. It's been a good ride. I don't know. I can't even imagine what my mental state would be without y'all, like as far as to talk things through and just like share. Also, there's this thing I have is like, I get nervous to overshare with people in my life. Like, I don't know if they're like asking questions because they're interested or because they want to be able to go tell somebody else. It just sometimes gets like with us, we know we're somewhere on the fertility journey or something we have in common that brought us together. But it's not like you have friends for 10 years and then normally suddenly start talking about fertility. Like usually it's like a group of women who go through it together. Like they're of the same age. So I'm already like an anomaly. What 50-year-olds are out there trying, you know what I mean? So um I think my friends are more curious than anything else, and that I don't have an answer other than this is what my heart wants. I feel like I'm meant to shepherd another soul earthside. Like that's it. Um and it seems like, people who are my age or a little bit younger are like, "Oh, it'll pass. It'll pass." And that's why they say crazy shit like, "Oh, you'll be an auntie." Um so that also makes it a little hard to just like in normal life have conversations with people. Um, Nobody's really gonna do raw meat, June. We were just, and I doubt that Heidi Montag did, honestly. Elaine, the nurse wanted me to continue with the transfer, but I refused and decided to cancel the transfer. Just knowing myself, I would blame myself if it didn't work. Oh wow, yeah, okay, yeah. You definitely would not want that hanging over your head. I know I would not. Okay, we gotta block some people. Naked games. Let me hang on, guys. I need to go over to the control room. We're gonna put it on subscribers only because I don't know who. I tried to open it up because I didn't want to leave people out. You know what I mean? Like I know I do a lot of these subscribers only. Sometimes I was doing like 3 months and then I would do like 2 days or whatever, so more people could who actually attend the live can be in the conversation versus like in the live but watching it like you're on the replay crew. Oh my god, now I can't remember how to do this. Where do I want to go? Audience. And I don't have any moderators in here tonight. Let's see. Customization. I think I'm on the wrong tab. Yep, subscribers. Okay. That should do it. And then let me see if I can, yep, block that person. Yeah, I see him now. Uh-oh, what is this? Chickaboom. I had those. I had to get them removed, which was outpatient. Okay, wait, I missed Chickabooms. Finished my round of IVF. The doctor is saying that I need to remove okay. I had that done as well. Mine was outpatient as well. They put me to sleep for it, and they went in there and removed. I think I had two. So you have to, if you, well, here, I had to have like a chaperone to take me home because I was coming out of anesthesia, but it's really quick. And then I did like a little bit of Tylenol afterwards. It was like a bit of pinching in my uterus. I have a new prescription of BC and we'll set a new transfer date. Yeah, you have to do what makes you feel comfortable, Elaine. Like nobody is judging you. You know what I mean? Like, especially if you know, hey Kay, especially if you know you would blame yourself. You don't want that. Um, let's see. I feel so bad about it, but I've had thoughts like that too. It's human nature, mostly just in the moment, and later on, I'm like, Laura, come on, but this journey can feel so. Yes, I know. My like reasonable mind will come in and be like, come on, put away Petty LaBelle, but it just those feelings come up. I find myself doing the whole, but they didn't even want another one, or they only tried for less than a year. But a big one is when a coworker goes through pregnancy and doesn't even know. Oh my God. There just was an announcement this week about somebody being pregnant. And I was like, ah. The other thing is, I know a lot of you guys do too. I watch Mama Dr. Jones, and she was doing like, it's an older video. She was doing a reaction video to a young lady who had a baby in prison. And so, you watch the video and she comments on it. And the girl was like on drugs. Somebody's trying to join. The girl's on drugs. She was arrested on guns and drug charges. She was on meth and oh my God, I can't remember the other one. Something not good. So she was detoxing after she got arrested. And she stopped, she said she felt weird, but she thought it was a detox. Anyway, she ends up pregnant. And I'm like, how is that? And so she had her baby while she was in prison. She talks about like being at the hospital, being shackled arms and ankles, which seems so crazy and sad. But it's those things of like where it makes you question, like, am I doing something wrong? But it, that's not how it works. Wanting to know more about their journey, and they maybe won't. Yeah, definitely. Even know about an ovulation time or why certain ultrasounds or blood tests are needed. And I'm like, wow, how freeing that must be. Oh, I think that too. Yeah. Yeah. Never have to worry, count, measure. It's hard knowing people's intentions with your business. I'm very private and everyone mostly knows not to ask questions about certain things because I won't directly answer. Yeah. In my interpersonal relationships, I am very private. Only because I've had a bad experience where people like use the information as leverage. And so I was like, really? Which obviously says more about them, but still. So yeah. Hey, Life with Lily. I didn't even see this. Hey, what's going on? Happy belated birthday. Um, it must be nice to just not have to know anything. Yeah. Which honestly, it's what happens for the majority of the population, right? Which is why in school you have this ridiculous sex ed class that basically makes you feel like if a dude sneezes on you, you're going to get pregnant. Because for the majority of the population, it must be simpler. But I think the more we talk about it, the more we'll know, right? People may not want to self disclose, but if there's a community for it, it's more likely. I have to stop myself from being the educator because I'm annoyed. Yes. Oh my God. I was doing that a lot in the beginning and then I was just getting frustrated because I was like, oh, of course my friends and family want to understand this. Not so much. I had a co-worker once was like, yeah, I'm not sure when they'll be able to tell the gender. And I'm just like, girl. Oh my God, I felt that with all my heart and soul, girl. Yeah. It's a reminder for all the things that are going well in our life to like be thankful for that. Because what might be coming simple for us, somebody else might be struggling with. So we got to give ourselves grace. We got to give them grace. It's like when cooler heads prevail. But I mean, we have a gut instinct for a reason, right? That's how we've been on the planet for so long. So I don't ignore those like gut feelings. I'm not saying I act on them all. Obviously, we also have a gut feeling that we need to murder things in order to eat, like animals. I'm not acting on that. I'm not going to act on any of it. I'm just saying, I'm just acknowledging that it happens. There's an instinctual feeling. There's just a gut reaction, and we can talk ourselves down, but we shouldn't shame ourselves for having the reaction. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think all the bots are gone. Yeah, so I think that's all I have. We're gonna take it day by day, and my goal is to not ruminate over this for the weekend. And I think I need a little mantra of like, this is the one, or I don't know. I have to think of something like something affirming of this cycle, that I can, when I kind of lose my way, that I can bring chant it to bring me back. I gotta think of what it is though. Because I just wanted to be calm. And I feel like, I mean, obviously what happened today was bullshit, but I feel like I also over dramatize it in my mind because I'm in a way like, see, I told you we shouldn't be doing this. Yeah. The weed has kicked in, y'all. I just don't, yeah, I gotta calm down. That's it. I gotta calm down. I'm talking to a therapist because of my anxiety of TTC, and I don't know how I will handle not conceiving again. It's just hard. Yeah. So I've gone through a lot of therapists trying to find one to talk about TTC with. I just feel like they undermined it or didn't understand it, or they were implying that I was hyping it up too much and like I should mirror their behavior. But like when I wanted to talk about it, they wanted to scoot on to other things. But yeah, I think it's good to talk about it. I think it's good when our therapists listen when we talk about it. Are you still going to do the maternal health chat? I feel like mental health is part of maternal health and not just during yes. I don't know, Sunshine. Like I had all these plans for the year, and after March or early March I was pretty much knocked on my ass. And so I'm gonna take it day by day. I'm not opposed to doing the maternal chat. I just don't think I'm gonna do it right now. I'm going to do the headlines and hoo-has about the mortality rate for Black women, but that obviously doesn't have mental health in it. I don't know. Maybe we do like a chat. I have to think about it. I just don't want to overcommit myself right now because I'm just now getting in like a good place. I mean, yeah. So I feel like I need to be mindful of the dark place I was in and not wanting to go back there and just, taking it easy and giving myself grace. So I can't make any like long-term commitments right now about content. I'm sorry. Um Yay, I know and I appreciate it. So I think I am gonna vlog this transfer because I know I said was debating if I should or shouldn't. I think I'm gonna do it, but it might be a little dark. So I'll say that when I start vlogging. It might be a little dark. Um and I think I'll release it all at once. Like I won't do blood test, day 3 blood test and blah blah blah. Like it might be in the video, but it'll be all one. But I'm just gonna be real in the whole thing. Hopefully it's not negative, but I'm not gonna judge myself if it is. Let me say it like that. Because I feel like it's all or nothing this time. You know what I mean? So I'm not holding nothing back. I'm gonna feel what I feel. I'm gonna say what I say. Yeah. Super slow and not overcommit. Take it. Yes, I gotta protect my energy. And it scared me this time. Like I don't remember what happened this year. I don't ever, well, I shouldn't say ever. I don't have a present memory of being that in that dark of a place. And it didn't make sense because like I feel like I'm more actualized now than I was then. So like why was I not able to? It was weird. It was weird. And I almost wonder like, you know how you gain, like if you think of like Maslow's hierarchy of needs and if you're at the bottom and you're moving up, but I feel like it's now when you've moved up on that hierarchy, there's now a new threshold. It's not like, okay, I have all of these things, I've mastered all of these things, and so now that won't bother. It's like there's a different level of worry added to it or a different threshold. I don't know. Because otherwise, there's no reason I should have been in as dark a place as I was. Um, I mean, literally, the stuff I was worried about was material shit, and I was like in a dark, dark, dark place. But that was the crux of it, and I was like, is my whole identity like I question my whole identity as a result? Is my whole identity like about who cares about these things? Like you didn't come into the world with these things. Like what is going on? So yeah, it was a good awakening though, because I'm afraid to think how far it could have gone if that hadn't happened, but I just wasn't expecting it to be so dark. So, long story short, I am feeling much better now and I want to protect that. And I'm like, I'm still evaluating like what made me step over that line. You know what I mean? So I don't want to run, and then get right to the line and be like, oh shit, I'm about to step over it again. Can make you deplete every tool in your toolbox. Yeah. Self-actualize, emotionally mature. This can be next level. Remember, we are also in a pandemic. Oh my God, that's so true. Yeah. Yeah, it's been crazy. It's been crazy. But I scared myself. And that's why I was like, we gotta take a step back. We are not okay. Yeah. And part of it, I think, is I didn't really mourn my losses last year, which is another thing. Like, my way was to just bustle through it. Like, I'll stay busy. I have something to do. Right? Like, be tough, work through your emotions. That didn't work out. That did not work out. So that was a whole other thing. And around December, I feel like that's when it really started hitting me. I did that one video just about the holidays and babies. And then I don't think I recorded another video for 3 months. No, I actually didn't even start recording videos again until this month. What I was doing was lives only, but I wasn't like sitting down recording, editing, talking to you guys until this month. So from like December till July. So it was, yeah, I got to calm down and just do like the parts that I love about YouTube and build on there and get a good balance, sleep, hydration, exercise, you know what I mean? Like not be up all night editing. This shouldn't be a grind. And also a beginning and end time to work, because like especially in the part of the pandemic where we're home all day, I was working hours on hours on hours because I was home. I was in front of my computer. So yeah, that's a good point. The pandemic ain't been no joke. All right. So it is 6:29. I'm gonna go because I'm gonna figure out where Amazon is. I'm gonna get something to eat. I'm gonna go live later on Instagram, probably about 8 o'clock, because Amazon Fresh should have delivered. Let's say 8:15. If anybody's around, East Coast time, Eastern Standard Time. But thank you, ladies, for rocking with me tonight. I appreciate you. If you would do me a favor and hit the thumbs up on the way out, it would be greatly appreciated. It lets other people in, you know, the algorithm lets other people like, hey, this is a video people like. So it would help me out a lot. I would appreciate it. I want to make sure there's no more questions. I'm looking. You have a wonderful weekend too. And all right, I'm going to play the outro. I will see you guys next time. Baby does to you all.